When we always talk about, if you give a woman an inch, she'll take a mile. She's always gauging the man, right? The leader, as it should be, the leader in the interaction. The man should always lead in that interaction, right? She's looking at the man to gauge what she can get away with. Here's what we're going to start with here, guys. We have the 6 power moves that she uses on you. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. When you're trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear and the less in control. Even if you are saying something boring, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and sphinx-like. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. There's a lot for this one. Remember, this is a book this wasn't specifically for dating. I just morphed it in my own mind of how you can use this with dating. But this goes right into when we did the whole, Win Friends and Influence People one. Always say less than necessary with men or women. Always say less. Other people like to talk. Let them talk. Let them get it out there. They'll feel good about sharing information. They'll feel like you're listening to them and you're also being able to follow one of these laws and you're just practicing it. It's even, in my opinion, far more powerful when you're actually dealing with women because women love to talk. Now, how do women use this on men? Here's what you got to be careful for. Okay, here's the weapon that she's going to be using. She will either use something like, she'll be sending you short texts. This is especially true to any guys that are trying online dating, any guys that are first meeting a girl or whatever, and they're in the beginning texting stages or whatnot. Actually, really just think of online dating. If you've been in that avenue, you've seen how many women can get away with tiny little short texts. Hey, they just say hey, and then the guy's just like boom, 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 saying all this information, revealing all this much. And all she's doing is, women know this game. So think about this. The law number 4 is always say less than necessary. If you as a man are always chasing after women, if you as a man on your online dating profile are putting a ton in your profile, you're just listing everything. If you as a man are leading with an opener, asking her 6 questions or leading with your life story, she's going to know that all she has to do is a tiny little bit, and that's all that is necessary to get a response from you. Now, women know when they're dealing with a Chad and a Tyrone, always say less than necessary. They start to learn by the man that they're interacting with what they're able to get away with. When we always talk about, if you give a woman an inch, she'll take a mile. She's always gauging the man, right? The leader, as it should be, the leader in the interaction. The man should always lead in that interaction, right? She's looking at the man to gauge what she can get away with. So you'll see some girls that will I'll have guys like buddies of mine or something like that. They'll send me a text, or they'll show me a text or something, be like, hey, what do you think? And I can see that the girl is giving him nothing at all. Maybe once or twice she's like, oh, you're cute. And he's looking at that, oh, you're cute. And he's like, look what she said, dude, she's into me. And I'm like looking at all of everything else. I'm like, no, she's not. Because she's understanding what she needs to do just as little as possible to get by. And then the guys that are super eager, they just do all the work for her. And they chase after her and they pursue her, which is going to get into one of the other laws. And you're going to see that the more you fall into these, it's very similar to what we see on a mass level of simping. A lot of these things will kind of bounce off of each other, and then you'll start to notice that the guys that we call simps are breaking all of these rules. And the more of these rules you break, the more the woman knows, I can get away with doing less. I can get away with saying less because this guy's desperate. He wants me more than I want him. So the more you break this, the more she's like, the more I can be lazy. And then the more she's lazy, most guys get scared, the scarcity mindset, and they go, oh no, she's leaving. Oh, she's not texting me as much. So then it's a cycle that doesn't end, because then that guy gets eager and he has the illusion of action. He thinks he needs to say more. He thinks he needs to say a wittier line, when what is really going on is that girl is seeing exactly what she's able to get away with. So she says less, and then she makes the guy spill it all. She makes the guy give up all of his power by over-explaining himself, over-talking. So now in a separate instance here, here's another thing that you're going to find. And this is going to be more, the first one is more of the texting scenario. This next one is more if you're in a relationship, you're dating a girl, you're hanging out with a girl, you're going to hear this some point. Oh, if you're doing a good job, you're going to be hearing this. You never tell me how you feel. Okay, that's a trap. That's a trap right there. You never tell me how you feel. She's going to pin it on you like, hey, you don't tell me how you feel, so I just am sitting here uncertain. It really bothers me that I just don't know how you feel. Oh, what a smart trick that she pulls, because then the guy goes, well, shoot, she was really into me before, but now I think it is time I should tell her how I feel. Because remember, that's what Mickey Mouse does to Minnie Mouse in the cartoons, and it works. So it's got to be the right game plan, right? So you never tell me how you feel. Guy gets in, oh, you're my world. You're so blah, blah, blah. You're so great. Then she has all of this information. Then now she goes, okay, cool. He's all into me. Now I can sit back and make him chase me because I actually know how he feels. So now she can go, if this guy's not texting me back for an hour, I know he's so into me that I'm going to make him wait. And this is what Nicholas kind of said before. This is when she's going to intentionally test you, make him wait. Let's see how desperate he actually is. So you could be playing it really, really well. Then she goes, but you never tell me how you feel. And then you're going to feel this inside, your protector instinct. You're just going to want to tell her how great she is. It's not going to work. Don't fall for that trap. All right, so how can you use this one back on her? How can you reverse it? Practice saying less and making her ask for more details. Guys, this sounds easy, but I'm telling you how many times I can say this to a guy, and I'm telling, over exaggerate this. Say way less than you actually think. Give her way less details and make her pry for them. One of the things I talk about with texting specifically is write out what you're going to do. Type out what you're going to do. You're texting a girl, whatever. Boom, write it out. Now look at that and force yourself to cut out half of the words. Especially when you're a beginner at this, when you're getting used to this. Whatever you normally would type and you go, yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Literally look at it and cut out half of the words. Cut out half of the jibber jabber you don't need to say. Take out the little things that you think you need to say to add in, like to the point where a lot of times when guys will guys will look at my text or something like that, they'll even kind of be like, wow, that's weird. You kind of come off sometimes as cold in your text. So a lot of guys over infuse their text messages with extra details they don't need, because they're like, well, I don't want her to make seem like I came across as aggressive there, or if I came across as cold there. It's like, guys, I'm telling you this. Exaggerate it. Say way less than you think. Make her ask for more details. If I'm going to meet up with a girl and we're going to go somewhere and we plan at a place to go or something, I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, cool. 9:00 sounds good. And I'll go, so then she thinks it's like the date. And then so I'm not going to put this before, and I'm going to wait till we have the when are you free next week? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Thursday at 9. Cool. I'll be like, okay, Thursday at 9 sounds good. However, only if you can handle one thing. Only if you can handle two things. So I'm not flooding her with these other details first. I'm getting to that point, and I'm doing it just very little by little. And now, boom, once I say that, now I'm like, okay, and there's an extra thing here or two. And then I'm going to make her ask me what are those before I give her those extra details. I'm making her work for every little piece. And again, when you go back to this right here, conceal your intentions, the more you make her work, the more that these kind of combine and work off each other. They bounce off each other. You're getting this mystery there, and you're also saying less. And then she's like, man, it's hard for me to get any information out of him. So now when you do talk, she listens. Always say less than necessary. With women, relationships are quantity, not quality. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Chad. Yeah. All right, what's up? Hey, what's up, Danny? We got another super chat here from Name Withheld. Thank you, Name Withheld. Name Withheld says, also, we must not forget that sure, women have more opportunities, but their failure rate is astronomical. You are the prize, guys. Yeah, people don't necessarily look at it sometimes because we always kind of think about, women have way more options on online dating apps and all that. But again, like we talk about with the wall or sexual marketplace value, and what I believe he's kind of referring to here too, is that she might have more opportunities for sleepovers, for penises. She might get more opportunities for sex, but the failure rate is huge because the guys that she wants to lock down, she fails at a lot. She sleeps with those guys. She wants one of those guys to, make her his girlfriend or something like that, and he won't. He's just down for casual. He just wants the hookups. So in that sense, right, that girl, a success in her mind wasn't just hooking up. A success was like, oh, getting this guy to want to commit to me. But a lot of times we don't see this, right? We just see all the likes on the Instagram page. We all see this girl got 120 matches and this guy only got 15. But again, women are always shooting for out of their league, hypergamy. They're always trying to, attain something that's out of their grasp. So in that sense, right, what he's saying, right, they actually are failing a lot more than you actually think because they're not getting the result that they want. Women don't go around being like, yeah, I just want to sleep with everything and just work up my notch count and brag to all my friends about that. They know that that's not a good game plan. It's so there is, absolutely. You are the prize, guys. Because remember, commitment is a thing that you should cherish and not give away easily. And like myself, you know where I stand on that. When you get legally, I don't give it away ever, in my opinion, when you get to the legal system. But even if you're just looking for a girlfriend or something like that, do not give away your commitment or anything like that easily. Make her work for it. Make her beg for it. Stripe, nope. What I want to know is when I set up a date with a girl, do I send a follow-up text on the day of the date, or is that too eager and she's not that interested? Yeah, Stripe, no. If you're doing it the right way and she's chasing you, which we're going to talk about in some of these other laws, right? Then I don't send up a follow-up text. Women usually send me a follow-up text because I'll set up the date. And actually, I'll even go over that part too about, we're going to cover quite a bit here, which will be good. But this happens all the time where I'll get a girl that sometimes it's like 4:00 the day of a date and we're going to meet up at 7:30 or something. If it's a first date and I'm actually going to go out to meet her. And it's usually her saying something like, hey, are we still on for tonight? Or she'll text me before that more often and be like, hey, are we still on for Wednesday? Or if she just says, hey, to check in on Monday, I'm going to text a little bit and then I'm going to make up an excuse to leave. Hey, I'm going to the gym. I got to go. Hey, I'm reading a book. I got to get going. It was good talking to you. And then I'll remind her, I'll go, see you Wednesday at 7 p.m. So I will make a confirmation earlier and make sure it's confirmed. But once it's confirmed, I expect that she'll show up. I don't check. She's usually one that the day of, she's like, hey, are we still on? Because most guys are checking in with her. So the guy that's playing is cool. She's going to be all worried. Hey, I got all done up. I don't want to show up and this guy's not going to show. So she'll actually ask you that question. And then she's chasing, which again is going to all work into you being a man on your purpose. You're the prize. She comes after you. Good question, though. That's a great question. Don't forget, subscribe. Like, comment, share the video. Definitely subscribe.